All right, so we have Steelers players post game press conferences. We have Russell Wilson and Cam Ward here, and then after this, we'll head inside the locker room.
Questions right away? Russ, you had some opportunities in the first half on the red end for fumbles, but you didn't capitalize the way you like, and then the one in the fourth quarter that.
Yeah, I mean, we had too many penalties, throughout the game. Big ones. Obviously we had that drive in the red zone. Both teams are kind of getting after. They called on us. We get backed out. Unfortunately, that could have been a touchdown drive for us.
By the way, my
we came out
theory's
in the second
dead.
half,
He's wearing his jersey.
And we had the flea
After a
flicker
loss.
play, which is a great play. Great job by the line. Great job by Jalen getting it to me, and then Calvin made a great catch, the drive, and then just unfortunately didn't go our way there. And we turned it over there, and then the red zone, the fumble. But the second half we didn't capitalize on our moments. Obviously, we only had 2 possessions, and that first possession coming out would have made it a tie game. With all the negative stuff we did. So I thought the first half we had way too many third and longs. When you're 3rd and 18, I think we were 3rd and 22 on the last drive. It's just it's hard to play winning football that way.
I asked you when the possessions are limited like that, does that make every possession, so key?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's why we were aggressive on the flea flicker. I thought that was a good call by Arthur. Great catch once again. We just, unfortunately, the game was in striking distance, and when it was, we didn't get to finish the game the way we needed to and make plays when we needed to.
What made it so tough to run the ball today, and how much did that impact what you guys weren't able to do?
Yeah, we weren't successful on first and second down. I mean, that's why we had so many third and longs. We got to be successful on first and second down to get positive plays, and they did a good job. They're a good football team, we got to tip our hats to them. They play way better than us tonight. It's unacceptable how we play. I think we feel like we got to be sharper, and so we just got to stay the course and know that. Obviously, we got a big week coming up. We got to respond. We got to get ready to go, and that's where our focus has to be.
Did you also feel like there was a missed opportunity at the end of the first half in that 2-minute drill? Probably wasn't as clear.
Yeah, we thought we could get a touchdown. Boz did a great job making a field goal for us. That could have been a good thing too for us. And I think that obviously Calvin did a good job on the third and long, making the field goal range. I believe it was 2nd and long, 3rd and long, and I think the biggest thing is that I thought Pat played a great game. He made some plays for us. Obviously down in the red zone, his touchdown catch was great. Tried to put it up for him. He made a great play. There's some positives, but not enough of them. And and so we have to look at the film, see what we can do better. There's a lot more there. And like I said, I think it's a very simplistic game. I mean, I think in the sense that if we're successful on first and second down, it gives us a chance to have 3rd and shorts, and that's why we converted and scored a touchdown that drive. We had had a couple 3rd and 3s, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, I think even, and so that's how we got to play the game, especially when it's a good football team.
It seems like there's always debate with the Steelers. You guys are just a good team or a great team. You could argue the Eagles are the best team you guys played this year. Just how far away do you think you guys are to making that statement that you guys are a great team?
Yeah, I mean, I think we have to be able to, we'll have to determine how great we can be. There's a lot more football left, and I think we have the right guys. I think that the biggest thing is that I think any great team has to respond. You're going to have adversity. You're going to have ups and downs throughout the season. I've been on great teams before. Sometimes you don't win them all. I thought the biggest thing is that for us, when the game's in striking distance, we gotta tie it up. We gotta make the plays. We gotta find a way. And unfortunately, we didn't do that tonight. We've done that all year, though. That's been a good thing for us. So, we can't flinch. We gotta get better. And we gotta be cleaner. For this week, obviously going on the road.
Second game without George Pickens. Where are you guys feeling his absence most, and if it lingers into next week, what do you have to do to overcome that?
George is doing everything he can to get back, obviously. He's a tremendous competitor. We got guys that we trust. Obviously, I trust Calvin, I trust Van, I trust Scotty, I trust Big Mike, I trust Muth, all those guys. And so it's obviously he's one of the world's best. Obviously having George Pickens out there on the field is a good thing for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But either way, we still have to respond and find ways to make plays. I think the storyline in this game really is just simply first and second down. We weren't good enough, and third down we just, when you're playing a championship caliber football team, you can't be 3rd and 18. So that's where we can fix that. I think that we can and we will. And we're going against another really good football team next week, so we got to respond.
Russ, With results of other games, you guys clinched a playoff spot. What's your reaction to just being in the postseason?
It's a great thing for us. That's our expectation, but we want to win this division. That's our goal. It's our first goal. Is to win the division. We have a lot of respect for this division, the teams, coaches, and the players in this division. At the same time, we got to go take it. We got to go take it. We got to go find a way on the road in Baltimore, which we know it's going to be a great football game. I think the biggest thing is just we got to do whatever it takes to win, and that's really all that matters is finding ways to win, and especially in high level competition.
The next 10 days, a lot of football coming off the road.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you get to the playoffs, sometimes you play. When you may play on a Sunday, then you may play on a Saturday. It's just, I think the biggest thing for us, our practices set the tone for that. I think that we prepare the right way. Obviously, I think the biggest thing for us is not looking at the days, just looking at the opportunity, and not worrying about that part of it. We'll be ready to go. We'll make sure that we get healed up, healthy as possible, and then at the same time, make sure that we have a great game plan to go capitalize.
Steve, on those first and second downs, was it something that they were doing that you guys weren't successful, or was it kind of just an execution factor?
They just played better than us in those situations, honestly. They made tackles, they made plays, they played good football tonight. Like I said, you got to give respect when it's due. They did better than us tonight. And I think the biggest thing is that we got to clean that up, we got to tighten that up. And like I said, when you're playing a really good football team, you can't hurt yourself. We hurt ourselves too much tonight with the penalties, and it was a game that they turned the ball over a couple times. We got to capitalize on it. We can't turn it over either, and we know that, and we're going to respond. I think the great thing is we got the right character guys. If anybody believes, I believe. In who we have and the guys that we have, the temperament, the character, the work ethic. We shot ourselves in the foot too much today in key situations to tie the game up or take the lead or whatever it may have been. So, that's where that game was lost, I felt like.
Two more guys.
The ball the pitch that Najee fumbled, was that a play that you changed at the line of scrimmage?
Say it one more time.
The fumble that Najee had, was that a play that you changed at the line of scrimmage?
No, that was the play we had going on. It just unfortunately didn't work out.
Last one. Anyone?
Thanks, Russ.
All right.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Far away.
Cam, Russ, the way Russ put it was that it was just unacceptable the way you guys played today. How would you evaluate today's performance?
I think we didn't get off the field enough on defense, offensive-wise, not enough points. Missed plays for splash on all sides of the ball. I thought our special teams played really well. One turnover, and I thought they played really well. But defense and offense, below the line, camp out. We got to learn from it. We're not afforded a lot of time, so we got to have a memory like a goldfish. It's got to move on. And not to say that we don't respect who we just played, but the clock is ticking, and guys got to get right. We got to learn from our mistakes and move on.
Cam, what was happening on some of all those time-consuming drives that happened for the converting some balls?
Yeah.
What was that?
I think we didn't do a good job of tackling, especially on the edge. We can get them in third and long. We didn't take advantage of that. We talk about the plastering. I thought a couple times they were able to, sustain drives by QB mobility, but we had to do a better job of finishing those plays on the defensive side of the ball, which we didn't.
Did you talk to DJ, and do you think there's any chance he'll play against Baltimore?
We'll see. Fingers crossed. Steeler faithful is hopefully he recovers fast. But if he's not able to go, I like to think we're well equipped to get these guys right and go into the Lions Den and the Baltimore Ravens.
What was Ryan Lopez for your team? You see him go down and grab at his left ankle?
we've been bit by the injury bug before, but you feel bad for a guy that works his tail off. But, you know, hopefully I think we'll get him back soon. But, you know, I'm not a doctor, so we'll see what happens.
Does it matter, Cam, take any amount of satisfaction that you guys did finish your class, talk us about that, you did know?
Good job, but, you know, there's bigger fish to fry. We're not just trying to squeeze into the playoffs, but, you know, it's nice to know that we don't have to wait till week 18 to figure out if we're in the playoffs or not. You know, we have a playoff team. We've done that before this game. We played a quality playoff opponent. Didn't have our best showing, but there's a lot of ball in front of us. Now we're guaranteed what's our record now? 10-4. So we're guaranteed 4 games. You know, I know we got 3 on the regular and then 1 in the playoffs, but I'd like to get this thing going the right way.
Yeah, now that you've played the Eagles, you talk about the challenge of having to stop Hurts, Barkley, Brown, Smith, and whether the concentration of stopping Barkley affected their passing game?
You know, I think there was a lot of yak. You know, there was a lot of times where, you know, I thought we were able to stop the run, but you give guys like A.J. Brown space. You give guys like Devontae Smith space. And so, you know, playing defense is a 11-man job. You know, you can't stop one and think the other 10 are just going to follow. You got to stop all 11. Hopefully it's a great lesson for us where we learn and, you know, come back better because of it.
That the way to get through a loss like this is by leaning on having a mature team to shut the noise out. How much is that something that you guys rely on this week as veterans to kind of maybe just circle the wagons or at least keep everybody close from listening to outside noise?
There's no reason to circle the wagons. I think it's just we got AFC North championship ball in front of us. We're not going to run from that. You know, we knew we were walking into, you know, some tough games ahead, but we are not afforded a lot of time to feel sorry for ourselves. We have a chance to play an MVP caliber team with, you know, Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. So that team is really good. With this quick turnaround, you know, it's not circling the wagons. It's, you know, let's get it together because we got to get going. Not a lot of time is afforded to us.
In the last few times you've been a 6 or 7 seed. What does it mean to have a chance to win the AFC North next week?
You know, I think it just means we took advantage of our opportunities early. You know, a lot of times we needed a lot of stuff to go our way. You know, I think it was this team had to win, and this team had to win, and down the list we had to work our way towards that. I said this before, we're not trying to sneak into the playoffs. We're trying to, you know, be one of the teams that you better be ready to play because, you know, we're heating up at the right time. So hopefully this is our last loss, but, you know, we got work to do.
Anything else? Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Okay. So let's see. I'm talking about that flea flicker. It kind of looked like Russ underthrew it a little. Whether he did that on purpose or not, I have no idea. But it seems like he could have led Calvin Moore. But you never know. If you watch the All-22, it's okay. He couldn't lead Calvin Moore because a safety was coming, and if he leads him, it's a hospital ball. You know. So you just never know, but, you know, if he underthrew it and if he did, was it on purpose or not? Missed opportunities, that's definitely one. You know, it's talked about often. The touchdown catch by Pat, very strong hands there. I was very impressed with that. We really do need George back. The offense is starting to suffer a little bit. And when they were talking about, like, losses to Philly and whatnot, and there were teams that won the Super Bowl. Steelers teams that won the Super Bowl, yet lost in Philly. Let's see. Then the fumble to Najee. They asked if that was the original play call or whatever. He specifically said because there was some audio that you heard Russ shout can. Basically, you call 2 plays in the huddle. You have the first play, and they more or less use the same formation. That way, you don't have to change things up too much. But you call the first one, you call the second one, you line up with the first one, and if you like it, you run it. If you don't, you shout you can to that, and you go to the second play that you called. And then someone's heard saying, "What's the can?" So a little bit of confusion there, but and then and then when Cam says you gotta be like a goldfish, and that's kind of like a Ted Lasso thing where, what's the happiest animal? A goldfish. It only has like a 10-second memory or whatever he said. And then hopefully, yes, TJ is back. They have a terrible record without TJ since they drafted him in 2017. Talking about Saquon, Saquon only had 65 rushing yards, but he did miss a chunk of the second quarter. So even if he rushes for, if you take his average 20, 21, or whatever, he is 65, and if you miss most of the second, that's basically 20 yards or a little more per, which is still only 80 some odd yards on the ground, even if he played the full game. So he didn't have a great game by his standards, and that's kind of the trade-off of, okay, now Jalen Hurts beats you throwing, and there's always a lose-lose there because it's, if Saquon rushes for 150 and 2 or 3 touchdowns and the Eagles win, how could you not try to shut down Saquon? He's in the MVP conversation this year, yada, yada, yada. Okay, we sold out for the run, but they succeeded in the pass. And then it's, why'd you let Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith beat you? I know a lot of people don't like Terrell Austin, the DC. I'm in that boat. I don't really like him. I think he's too conservative with his play calls. He doesn't blitz enough. Yeah, you can get home with the 4 we got, our 4 big guys, but personally, I don't like him. I think he's way too cautious, way too conservative. And then the big matchups that we have coming in just such a short time frame with Baltimore Saturday and then Kansas City on Wednesday, and that's essentially like playing a Sunday and Thursday. It's the same day gap as far as between those 2 games. Because the NFL's either can't or won't have, a couple teams playing Sunday, and it's like, surprise, you're playing Wednesday. It's like, wait, we just played Sunday, so you're giving us Monday, Tuesday prep, and we play Wednesday night. And I'm in the boat of Thursday night football should be Friday night. Gives people another day to rest, but then you can watch the Friday night NFL game. You can watch your college football on Saturday and your NFL on Sunday and Monday night. And what was there was one other thing I had in my mind. And then you could still have some Thursday games, like if you had Thanksgiving games. Those can still be Thursday. But I do think you could take Thursdays, push them to Fridays. Just me. All right, so that is it for Russell and Cam, and we're going to hop over to the players in the locker room.
What kind of flipped on that touchdown drive?
We were able to get a first down. I think we had like 5 3-and-outs. Can't win many games doing that, so we'll learn from it, we'll fix it, and we'll get better.
Did you do anything different to stop your run game?
No, we just didn't execute.
This was a game against 2 of the top teams in the league. What do you take away from that kind of performance against this caliber of opponent?
I felt like we have the talent the scheme and everything to compete. We just shot ourselves in the foot too many times tonight. They didn't do anything special against us. We just we just didn't execute for some reason early on, especially. And yeah, we'll get it fixed and go into Baltimore.
How frustrating were some of the self-inflicted wounds on offense? Did those get you guys back a little bit?
It really, we just got to be better, play more cleaner, clean up the flag.
What's his tattoo say?
Because at the end of the day, they will slow you down. You saw it out there today. Got the ball inside the 5, 15 yards, backed us up, took 7 points from us and made it 3. So, that was the difference in the game, just those little things like that. So we just got to continue to grow from it.
How much confidence do you guys have that you'll clean that up going into some short weeks?
It ain't nothing. A loss like this is nothing for us to bounce back. We just got to get in there, analyze, and correct. At the end of the day, we got all the talent in the world. We just got to continue to take that step in the right direction.
This is something you got to flush real quick because you have a pretty big game coming up on Saturday.
Man, we just got to watch this tape, get over it, and worry about the Ravens who we got this upcoming. So, I really don't know what to do after this besides watch the film and get over it.
Any consolation that you guys are in the playoffs? The Colts lost, and so did the Dolphins. And so.
That's cool, but we lost, so that's what my main focus is on.
You're down a starting safety, and then you lose a starting corner early in the game. Is that tough as a secondary to kind of compensate for it?
Yeah, but like we always say, we always got pieces that step up and do their job. I feel like JP always steps up and do his part, and we just got to keep rolling like that. One person go down, next man up.
Najee, what were they doing that was bottling up the run game today, especially early?
She was playing 5 down, and they had a lot of one-on-ones, and they had guys on the secondary filling in the holes too, and the backers are doing a good job running through stuff and balling up.
How frustrating were some of the self-inflicted wounds, penalties, especially offensively for you guys?
Yeah, it was drive killers, but I have one myself too, so ain't no point of pointing fingers, but just drive killers.
That pitch play is one you guys run all the time. You never fumble, you go into.
Yeah, I took my eyes off of it. I was looking at the hole rather than securing the football, and fumbled it.
Okay, so I only have a couple of notes here. Execution, and that's the thing. You gotta be able to execute if you want to have a chance in any game. And everyone just kind of seemed pissed off, which is good. Be pissed off. Be pissed off. Because then you take this and direct it at Baltimore. So that is it for the players. I did see that TJ spoke to the media. I have no idea what he said, but he did speak to the media, which normally injured players don't speak to the media. So the fact that he did is kind of promising, but we'll have to see what Mike Tomlin says in his press conference for this upcoming game versus Baltimore. So if you guys did enjoy this, please do leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, turn notifications on. I'll see all you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.